Hi everyone, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life, and today our lunch and learn today is about getting visible. Now, I hope you're all doing okay in another week of craziness. I hope you're all well and staying sane and managing to kind of just live day by day right now, isn't it? It's just trying to not look too far ahead and get anxious and get overwhelmed and just basically take one day at a time. That's how I'm doing it, and I hope that's going to be working for you as well. Today I want to talk about these are unprecedented times, and we could get really down and worried about the business and how we're going to find clients and all of that. And I don't want you to do that, because I do think this is temporary. And this is an opportunity. Like I said last week, this is an opportunity to do things a little bit differently, to really, really respond to the need out there. And also to have some downtime, have some reflection on your business, what you want, how you work, and also to start creating, because if you've got a bit more time, I know some of you will have kids running around, which isn't ideal, but if you have got some downtime, if you haven't got many clients going on, then this is the time to get your foundations in place and really get your business in a strong place for when you come out of this. I really firmly believe that. So there are lots and lots of ways of doing that, and I will be addressing that in future lunch and learns. So just keep your eye out for these. And if you're on the email list for this, then you'll get every replay sent out every Monday. So message me if you're not. So today I'm talking about getting visible. Now, why do we need to be visible right now? Well, obviously, this is the time to show up, be a leader in what we do, and be the authority and raise your credibility and say, okay, I'm here if you need me. This isn't the time to hide. So if you have been hiding, this is the time to show up and show your face and get really, really visible. It's actually not so last week I was saying, yes, this may be the time for you to pivot, adapt your offers, and offer maybe the one of immune support or whatever. You might be in a different niche, but and I did that last week. I did an immune webinar with an offer, because that's what I always do. I put an offer on the end, because some people will listen and watch your webinar and they'll want to work with you, or they'll want to take it further, and that is natural. So I always give them the option to do that. And I did that last week. I had a health optimizer, a product that I just created out of midair, because we don't have that. We are all about hormones, as you know. So I just created this 1 hour health optimizer session with the optional addition of blood tests, and it was like tumbleweed. So I've never had a reaction. We've always sold something off something, but this was tumbleweed. Nobody took a bite. Nobody even emailed or questioned or sent me anything at all. So it was like like nothing I've ever experienced in business. So that was a lesson, and I took that feedback at that. Well, I talk also a lot about failure and how we must embrace failure, because when you fail at something, you learn a massive lesson. And boy, did I learn a lesson last week. And that was just not to put stuff in front of people that looked anything like sales or was asking for money at any stage. I put a huge offer on it. It was like 30% off. It was a great offer. It was I wasn't going to make much money on it, but it was an offer and it was selling. And I just realized it was the wrong time. People last week and this week, people are going to be in shock. They're still reeling from all of this, and they're worried about looking after their families, where the money's coming from, getting eggs and bread. For some reason they've all gone, toilet roll, whatever. They're worried, and they're not thinking about looking after themselves just at this minute. Even though we can push the message, now's the time to look after your health, it's a bit too soon, right? Not too soon as in giving them free helpful content, but too soon to say, okay, come and work with me, if these people are not haven't approached you. So I'm making a distinction here. So If they are approaching you, getting in touch with you and saying, I need your help, absolutely sell your packages and your services. I'm not saying that at all. But if they're not asking and you're just putting general content out, then our message should be, you know, if you need further help with this, obviously contact me. I'm here when you're ready. And that is because I do online. So, and you've got to get that in as well, because people don't always assume that, you know, they might assume you're in a clinic, so they're just going to write you off. But always finish with, you know, I'm here ready for you when you're ready. I work online, so just get in touch. And then it's a very, very gentle call to action. It's not, you're not selling anything. You're just saying, I'm here when you're ready. Contact me. Right. So I think that's where we need to be right now, in that sort of tone. And I'm, you know, I've picked that. I've learned that one the hard way, because it, you know, it was quite a bit of work last week creating that package and doing the webinar and all of that, and to not get anything from it. But then I think long term, I have got something from it, because that webinar will be then seen and it will have helped people. And that is the point, right? So we want to be putting out content that's really helpful and really useful, not to sell now, but to build that know, like, and trust factor, that credibility for the future. So that is where we are in terms of, you know, this is what it is right now. I don't know how long this whole panic and confusion and kind of contraction is going to last. It may last a few weeks, it may be longer, it may be a few months, but either way, we have got to show up and be visible, right? Where are we going to be visible? Well, obviously social media is the first place you want to be, because everybody's on social media right now, because they just are. They're scrolling, they're looking to be distracted, entertained. Some people may be looking for tips and helpful advice as well. So whatever your chosen platform is, I'm not saying be all over social media. That's kind of impossible. Choose whatever your preferred platform is. It could be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. What else is there? Pinterest, I guess. Choose your preferred platform, and that's where your ideal clients are usually hanging out. So where you get the most engagement. And the best thing to do on social media at the moment is get on video, because that is the quickest way people will see who you are, what you're about, and make up their minds whether you're a future client, customer. No, the other way around. You know what I mean? Leader, helper. You know what I mean? So video. If you haven't done video before, get practicing and then get on there, and don't be a perfectionist about it. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you'll see I don't really like the one I did for Lunch and Learning here a few weeks ago when I was coughing my guts up. That was not perfect in the slightest. It was awful, but I wanted to get you see me cough. I wanted to get the message out. So that is the most important thing. You have to get over yourself and your own fear and your own worry about what people think in order to get your message out to the people that need it. So get away from thinking inwardly and start to think outwardly. It doesn't matter what you look like or what people think of you, because you've got a really important message, and that message needs to land with the people that are needing your help. Okay, so that is the only thing you need to think about. So get over yourselves and get on the video. Now, video, you can record it and upload it to the social media platforms. Live is so much better because they will show it to more people. So Facebook Live, they will show that video to way more people than they would do if you uploaded a recorded video, or don't send them off to YouTube, because Facebook hate that, because you're taking people off their platform. So they love you doing live stuff. Okay, so if that terrifies you, just do a few practices. You don't have to, at the end of the live video, if you don't like it, you can just delete it. So only a few people will have seen it. If you're doing it on your page, probably hardly any people will see it, because you probably haven't got masses of followers yet, or if you have, then you need to be in front of them. So always just be getting on and doing the lives if you can. On Facebook, you can do it from, the best place really is your page or in a group. You can do it from your personal profile as well. Nothing wrong with that at all. What do you want to be posting? You want to be posting content that is super helpful. Duh. Tips, foods to stock up on right now, because everyone's buying rice and pasta. That's not very helpful. Cooking demos, amazing to go and do a little cooking demo in the kitchen on immune boosting foods. Christine Bailey's just done one on Facebook that was really well attended and really easy. You just set the camera up, Click live and off you go. You can get tripods. Actually, do you know what? These days, if you don't have to buy anything, go on into your network, your community, see if anybody's got a tripod you could borrow, and then do it from there. So you don't have to buy anything. Cooking from frozen, that kind of stuff. Cooking on a budget, that would go down really well, I'm sure. Fridge tours, go and show people what's in your fridge. Mine's full of wine at the moment. It's probably not a good idea. Take people behind the scenes, show them, how you do stuff, what you do, that kind of stuff. We think that might not be that interesting, but actually some people really would like to see that kind of stuff. And because it shows your personal side as well. They don't just want to see your professional side. Marketing is all about personal plus professional. They want to see the person behind the business. I don't do enough of that, so I need to do more of that this year. Also, you want to be engaging on other posts, other people's posts talking about health or immunity, and you can come in and with something really helpful. You can always mention your clients. So, when I work with my clients, I, recommend this so that, it's obvious that you're a practitioner. Because if you go in and just comment with your views, it's not always obvious that you're coming from a credible position, if you see what I mean. Basically comment and engage as much as you can, because you want your name to come up as much as possible in these kind of relevant areas. When people click on your name to see who is this person talking about, turmeric or whatever, they want to go through to they will go through to your personal Facebook profile. On that personal Facebook profile, you want to have what you do on there. So, in that about section, you get a little one sentence in that. In your personal profile on Facebook, you want to put your little tagline or whatever you do, whatever you specialize in or whatever you do. If you're a generalist, then just put, nutrition for whatever. But you need to see that. Otherwise, they're going to click through to your personal profile and there's nothing about what you do on there, and they're not going to know. So it's an absolutely key part to your advertising. You can do webinars. I talked a little bit about webinars. If you don't have a list to promote a webinar to, who else has a list that you could promote it to? So kind of get some joint ventures or collaborations in there. If you don't want to do a webinar, you can do some free training. So you can do those in Facebook groups. So it doesn't have to be your Facebook group. It could be anyone's Facebook group. So jump in and do a free training for somebody like a mum's group, or particularly some group that's in your niche would be good. I would, be helpful in there first. And then I would contact the admins of that group and just offer a free, 15-20 minute training session for their people. And then, most people would say, yes, please, thank you so much. Obviously it's free, but you're just getting your stuff out there. You're getting more eyeballs on your content. Podcasts. This is such an untapped resource. So make a list of all the podcasts you'd love to be featured on, that your content would be relevant on. And a podcast is just somebody interviewing you, right? So, and then I would go and contact the host and say, look, this is what I do. Would this be interesting for your listeners? Because they're always looking for guests most of the time. I mean, I'm not talking Dr. Chatterjee. He's not looking for guests. He's got an arm's length full of guests, and I'll be knocking on his door for ages. But, not that kind of level, but loads of people have got podcasts now. So, if you contact them, more than likely they're going to be, and make it an interesting topic, obviously. So, that would be, they're going to see that as valuable to their audience. If not, think about starting your own podcast. I've just launched mine in January. I'm going to be doing another lunch and learn on how to do that. If anybody's interested in that, pop in the comments. Yes, I'd be interested, because it's absolutely much easier than you think. It's really easy to do, I promise you. So podcast is a thing that is just going to get bigger and bigger. So getting in now would be a really good idea. Website, use this downtime, if you've got downtime, to get that website working for you. If you know it's not working for you, then do something about it. I'm going to do another lunch and learn on websites, because there are some really key things that you need on there and you don't need on there. So I might do that next week if there's some interest in that too. Blogs. Now, how many of you procrastinating about your blog writing? Me. But blogs are your little salespeople going off into the Google sphere and selling for you. So write your blogs, write some content. Don't make them into assignments or essays. They're really not that bad. Just actually, you know, what I do is I do a video each week, and then I put that video in the blog and make the blog about the video. So it's all one topic. And then you've got repurposed content, which is really, really helpful. Guest blogs, you can ask key websites if they're interested in, you know, an article on your niche or on immune health or whatever. At the moment, I'm sure loads of websites would be interested in that. Healthy food companies, wellbeing sites, anything in your niche, business sites, that kind of thing. So just ask them if they'd like some of your stuff. Repurpose your content. I'm going to do more on content as well in the Lunch and Learns, but if you're doing a video, for instance, you don't want to just do a video. You've got to absolutely squeeze as much as you can out of that one video, and then you won't be looking for more content. It's just the easiest thing to do. So if you do a video, you want to download it off that platform and post it onto other platforms, particularly YouTube as well. You want to be on YouTube. It's really easy to set up a channel. So just stick, and it's a good way of storing your videos as well. So you've got them all in one place. You can take quotes from your video or your blog, and you can just do snippet posts for social media. So you can just go into Canva, just create a background. There's tons of them in there. You can put your quote in, and there you go. You've got your social media posts. And if you take, you know, a few quotes from each video, you'll be posting all over the place. There's loads of content you can do from that. As I said, put the video into a blog post. Again, you just post the video into YouTube, get the link, and then put the link into your blog post, and it'll come up with the video. So that's just an easy way. And that is brilliant for people when you're sending your blogs out to your newsletters or your mailing lists. You've got people that love to read, so they'll read your blog, and there's people that love to watch. And it's, when I've done the numbers on this, it's roughly about 50-50. 50% will read, 50% will watch. And I know that from the people that click through to the blog and they click through to the video, and it's roughly about 50-50. So it enables half your audience to easily consume your content in the way they like to consume it. So some people like to watch, some like to read. And if you've got a podcast, then you can put the podcast link in. You've got the listeners as well. You've got all three of them. So you're appealing to everybody, right? And again, if you do a video like this, you can then strip the audio in something easy like iMovie or whatever, QuickTime player. You can take the audio off, and that is your podcast. And that is exactly what I do each week. I do a video, and the audio is then used for the podcast. So it's not just extra content. What else? So there's lots of things you can do with one piece of content. That's what I'm trying to say to you, so that you don't work too hard, because the last thing we want to do is just spend all day marketing. It really is. And also just, you know, you can plan your content. At the moment, I would be planning for the next few weeks, maybe the next month or two, just to, you know, weekly content, just to get it into your head and be able to plan it out and structure that, so that you're not coming to the new week wondering what on earth you're going to write about or say, and it's all very overwhelming. So I hope that has been useful today. And, you know, honestly, don't worry too much about stuff. Use this time really creatively. Get stuff done that you haven't been doing for a while. And you know, we will soon hopefully be out of this, and we'll be coming out stronger and more ready than we ever have before. Take care, guys.